Hey guys, it's Rox and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have been fantastic and enjoying what's left of your holidays. My holidays are officially over. I'm back at work in what seems to be like the weirdest weather in Cape Town that we're having to deal with right now. So my first week back at work, it was extremely hot and I was sitting at my desk all alone because not very many people were back at work. They'd all decided to take leave and I was literally sweating buckets sitting at my desk. And then the next week, which is the week that has just passed, it's been storming, like really cold and just raining profusely. And now it's Sunday today, Friday and Saturday, again sunny weather. I don't know what happened, like Thursday night it was storming and then by Saturday morning the skies were just blue. There's not a cloud in sight. It was kind of magical. Because the weather has been kind of awesome for like part of the last 2 weeks, I decided to do some really awesome things and I went with a girlfriend last week Friday to go and view a gorgeous venue for conferences and weddings and those sort of things. It's kind of like up on a mountain in a forest next to the sea and gorgeous views. Because it was so amazing, we decided to kind of like hike all over the place, but that was of course on one of the hottest days that has just passed. And so I hadn't been planning to hike, and on the morning I done a sort of full face of makeup and I'd even tried some contouring with different color face powders to try and get those like shadows where you want them kind of thing. And by the afternoon all of my face makeup was right here in this corner. I don't know why, because I don't think I wiped my face like this, I don't know, but it was up here and all of my eyeshadow had kind of creeped down to underneath my eyelids instead of on top of my eyelids. So I looked like I belonged in a sequel of The Grudge or maybe The Crow. And then on the Saturday I went with my family to a game farm. There were animals somewhere on this farm and so I decided to take my camera and go and find these animals so that I could photograph them, and ultimately I ended up hiking all over this place, this game farm, again in the heat, sweating profusely again, although this time I didn't wear any makeup so I avoided like a scary kind of crisis on my face, but again sweating incredibly. And by Sunday all of that sweating all over my face had caught up with me and I basically had the most beautiful, gorgeous constellation of pimples right here on my cheek. It was just, and it was those big ones, those big red ones that hurt when you touch them. That is what was happening here on my cheek. And so I had to take extreme measures to sort that out. And what I do when my face is breaking out or when I feel like it's dry or patchy is I use the oil cleansing method, which is the whole point of this video and the whole point of that story that I just told you, was just to get to this point where I could tell you guys about the oil cleansing method. So if you Google the oil cleansing method, there's a website that's actually theoilcleansingmethod.com where they talk about, I suppose, the perfect way to practice the oil cleansing method. But then you get a bunch of bloggers and writers and those kinds of people who have tried that method and have changed it for their skin type. And so my conclusion out of all of that when it comes to the oil cleansing method is that you can Google it, get a general idea of what you're supposed to be doing, and then find the best way to use that for your skin. Like, what does your skin actually want? And so ideally you want to have castor oil in there somewhere, although I know of a few people who have said they don't use castor oil at all. And then you want to have a bunch of other oils. But let me get to the beginning. You mix a bunch of oils together and then instead of using face wash and all of those kinds of things to clear off your skin, you just rub this oil onto your skin and then you use a cloth, a face cloth that's been put into hot steamy water to steam your face and then wipe all the oil off, and that is basically all you do to cleanse your skin. And I use this method when I feel like my skin is in need of some kind of therapy, when it's really dry, because I do tend to have dry skin on my face, and also when I have a lot of pimples, and it works like a bomb. And so you start off, most people use castor oil as their base oil, and then they use a variety of other oils. And some of the oils that you can use, let me just get my crib note here quickly, is you can use sunflower seed oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, apricot kernel oil, argan oil, and coconut oil. So those are a few of the oils that I've seen people using, and different oils work for different people. It depends on what you want. My method is that I use castor oil as my base oil, and then I use avocado oil, and I use jojoba oil. So the reason why I've chosen that particular combination of oils is because they have anti-aging properties. They're also anti-inflammatory and can help with acne, and they've definitely been working for me and for my skin. The great thing about the oil cleansing method is that you can also use it to remove makeup from your face. So the first time that I tried to shoot this video, I actually had a bunch of makeup on my face, and then I demonstrated the oil cleansing method by proceeding to remove the makeup from my face. But it got really scary. I mean, I had a lot of makeup on my face, and it was kind of shifting everywhere, and that's going to happen. So if you do decide to use the oil cleansing method to remove the makeup from your face, know that it works really well, but know that it's not a very pretty procedure at all. It really does start to look scary, and it all comes off, and it works fantastically well, and it is really good for your skin, but it's not suitable for people of all ages. And for that reason, because my channel does not have an age restriction, I've decided not to put that up here, but you definitely can do it. So the website recommends that if you have oily skin, you want to be using a mixture of about 30% castor oil and 70% of your other oils. If you have medium skin, or balanced skin is what they call it, then you want to use 20% castor oil, 80% of your mix of other oils. And then if you have dry skin, you want to use only 10% castor oil and 90% of a mixture of your other oils. And I have been using, having said now that I do have dry skin, particularly around this area of my face, I've been using a mixture of 2 tablespoons of castor oil, and then 1 tablespoon of avocado oil and 1 tablespoon of jojoba oil. So I'm actually using 50% castor oil, and then 50% of a mix of other oils, which is not what the website tells you to do at all, but it works really, really well for me, because the castor oil actually kind of dries out your skin in a way, and the other oils that I use are putting moisture back into my skin. So I found the castor oil is really good for removing the impurities and getting sort of the oils that are causing pimples out of my skin, and then the other oils are replenishing that again. And I don't have to put any moisturizer on my face afterwards. I don't have to do anything like that. I literally just steam my face, wipe it all off with the face cloth, and then I'm good to go. And I do it in the evening, so that that face is kind of what I sleep with. But I could do it in the morning and then just put my my BB cream or something like that, or my makeup over that, and it would be fine. And I have done that before. So if you're in South Africa, because I don't know what it looks like anywhere else, this is what your castor oil looks like. And I basically bought this at a pharmacy. It's really not expensive. In fact, the price is still on here. It was 17 Rand for 100 ml of castor oil. And then I had to go to a health food shop to get the other 2 oils, but also quite easy to find. And the first health food shop that I went into had both of these oils, so I didn't need to look very far. And this is what the aloe oil looked like. Let me see if I can get a close up for you guys. There we go. That's the aloe oil. And this is the jojoba oil. And these were a little bit more expensive. So the aloe oil was 83 Rand for a 50 ml bottle. And the jojoba oil does not have a price on it anymore. I don't know how much this was, but it was also, it wasn't cheap. I don't think it was quite as much as 80 Rand, but it was somewhere up there. But I have been using this particular combination of oils for at least 4 months now, and I don't know if you can see, but the bottle is still quite full. I mean, the oil mixture is still up there with this one, and with this one it's a little further down, but I mean, it's over there. So it does last you a really long time, and I think it's a really good investment. is I've gotten an old face mask kind of tub. This actually this whole day cream, and I've cleaned it out on the inside and I mixed my combination of oils up in there. For the week that has passed, I've been using this combination of oils on my skin to clean my makeup off of my face every single day, and it has been absolutely fantastic. And I don't know if you guys can notice, but there aren't any pimples over here really anymore. It's really gone down, and I swear by the oil cleansing method whenever I have an issue on my face. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you found this video very useful, and I would recommend going and Google the oil cleansing method and reading up about what other people do, because what I've ended up doing is completely different to what anybody else was doing in terms of everything that I'd read. So you really want to get a bunch of advice about this method. Don't just listen to one person. Don't just listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't read one blog post. Get a general idea of what people are doing. Get a general idea of what the different kinds of oils do for your face, and then try a few of them out. I know for some people the coconut oil and the olive oil have given people pimples because it tends to block pores a lot more than the others, and so it causes a buildup of oils and people get pimples that way. I haven't experienced it. I don't use coconut oil on my face very often, but sometimes when I'm doing a hair mask I will put some coconut oil on my face as well for moisture, and I've never ever had that problem. But that being said, it differs from person to person, so you really need to try a few of these oils and see which ones work for you. And that is all from me. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.